So in this question, we're asking you to practice how you'd use the stage micrometer and a graticule in the microscope. So the image on the left, so the little scale that you can see here, that is the eyepiece scale. So that's going to stay in the microscope. And then the red scale that you can see, that is on the stage. So that is the stage micrometer scale. So this is our known distance. Okay, so we know that the total length of this scale is going to be is going to be 1 millimetre. And the previous question has asked you to work out what each division means. But so let's assume that you've worked out that the distance between these 2 points, so this is a distance of 10, okay, that distance there, we're going to call x micrometers. Okay, so you should need to work out if the whole scale is 1 millimeter long, how long is that bit of division on the scale. Okay. And then we can use this as a calibration. So if we look here, we can see that both of them line up at 0. So now our next question is, where do they line up here? Okay, so we can say that we've got 92 units. So 92 eyepiece units equals that distance of x micrometers. Okay, so we've got 92 units between there and there, so therefore 92 eyepiece units must represent the same as x because they line up with each other. Okay, so we can therefore say that 1 eyepiece unit is going to be x over 92 micrometers. So that's our calibration that we're going to need to apply it. So when we look at our sample here, okay, so the magnification hasn't changed, that's exactly the same, okay, and the eyepiece scale is exactly the same. So we now know on this what each one of these individual units on the micrometer means, because we've got a calibration factor. So if we know how big each one of those units is, then if we measure the distance in here in terms of eyepiece units, then we can use the calibration that we've got here with our x over 92. Okay, so this is exactly how we're going to be setting up the microscopes and measuring things in the practical classes. Okay, so have another look at this video, have a look at the other video that I've posted up onto Canvas to get your head around how we'd measure this. What I'd also do is when you're doing your measurements is to just do a little bit of a check, just to check that your numbers are sensible. So there's a bit of a sense check to do, okay? So we know roughly how big cells are. We've done quite a lot of microscopy scale bar work, so we know that cells are usually sort of 20, 30 micrometers in size or so on. So if you've got a number that's radically different to that, then I'd be suspicious, okay? So have another go at the question and see if you can work out how long the distance is between those two arrows.